food plays such a huge role in our mental health. I watched one of my clients who was doing so well following the lifestyle stuff that I was coaching this person on, doing so well. And then every time that person would dig into certain kinds of food, I could almost guarantee that there was going to be a spiral. And we talked a little bit yesterday on the power of eating the rainbow, right? Eating more plants. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper on that today because there is so many things about, certain neurotransmitters and things that we need to have working properly for us in order for our brain to be functioning the best way possible. Serotonin is an important neurotransmitter that is, it's in the brain, but the brain can't make serotonin if there isn't some things in place. One of them being tryptophan. Tryptophan has to be in the diet in order for our brain to be able to make serotonin. Now, getting enough tryptophan, is not only an issue with the serotonin production, but there are these 5 large amino acids that actually compete with tryptophan when traveling to the brain. So if the ratio of these large amino acids is higher than the tryptophan, you can still see deficiency symptoms, right? And that would be AKA mental health issues. So I wanted to look at this chart. I know I'm not supposed to turn away from the camera, but I did it. So look at this. This is a chart this is from a book called Depression: The Way Out. That's probably backwards, but it's written by Dr. Neil Medley. And he does this comparison, which I might as well just share with you because I can't do it the way he did it, but ratio of tryptophan to 5 amino acids. So whole milk is 40% tryptophan, 60% of these amino acids. Salmon is 40% and 60% of the amino acids. Beef as sirloin steak is 46% tryptophan, but 54% of these amino acids. So highly competitive, right? But look at this. Black-eyed peas, we got 46 and 54. Now we're moving down into pumpkin seeds, 56% tryptophan to 44% amino acids. Tofu, 63% to 37%. Sesame seeds, 81% tryptophan in comparison to 19% amino acids. So do you see that we need to eat? It really matters what we eat and the quantity of what we eat, right? So like I'm not telling you not to eat. I mean, maybe I am telling you not to eat whatever, your big steak, your big whatever, but you have to eat more plants. You have to eat more of these kinds of foods that are rich in tryptophan if you truly want to see like mental clarity and, release from that darkness of depression and anxiety and all the things. You need to change things. You absolutely do. And that's what this whole 90-day challenge is about making tiny little bite-sized changes that you do consistently all the time, every time. Another client that I had was like, well, how long do I have to do this for? And I said, probably for life. I do it. I do these things. I eat this way. I exercise. I do these things every single day because I know when I don't, I struggle, right? And same thing, like if you are someone who's been prone to some kind of mental health struggle, whether it be depression, anxiety, any of the things, you have to work a little bit harder than someone who's never gone there before. And so you have to be a little bit more diligent with some of these things. So what's another one? Oh, omega-3s. Omega-3s, we can have a lot of tryptophan, and there's lots of, I'm going to do other videos on serotonin because there's other lifestyle things that play into our ability to make serotonin, and we need serotonin if we want to have good mental health. But omega-3s is so important for the brain. And so we can have a diet that's really high fat and yet still be deficient in omega-3s because much of our diet, like lots of the things that we eat, are already high in omega-6 fatty acid, but they're really low in omega-3s. I'm going to do another comparison here in a minute on the differences because it's really important to get enough omega-3s. And most people, I think, struggle with that, to get enough omega-3s. So where do you actually get omega-3s from? Well, I mean, a lot of people would say you got to eat fish. And yes, fish does have omega-3s in it. But I also want to warn you that fish has a high concentration of things like, I got my list here, just a second. I want to read these. It's got toxins. The toxins build up in the fatty acids of the fish. And so there's concentrated pesticides, chlorinated hydrocarbons, mercury, dioxin, chloridane. I hope I'm saying those right. But these are some of the pesticides or some of the chemicals that are in our fish today. And so we need to be very cautious about eating a lot of fish. So where else can you get it from? Well, a lot of plants have omega-3s. Some of the best ones, and you probably maybe heard this already, is flaxseed oil, really, really, really high in omega-3s. Chia seeds, walnuts, hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are probably not super high in omega-3s, but so listen to this. So here's some comparisons of some foods. So these are some plant foods that have omega-3s. So we've got flaxseed oil. 1 tablespoon is 7,520 milligrams of omega-3. Walnuts, 1/4 cup, 2,043 milligrams. What else? Wheat germ oil, 1 tablespoon, 938. Sesame seeds, 1/4 cup, 140. Okay, now even look at this. Almonds have 1/4 cup, 127 milligrams. That's fantastic. Bananas, who knew? I didn't even know this one. I was looking this up and I'm like, bananas? I didn't know bananas had omega-3s, but they still have 39 milligrams. Apple with the peel has 25 grams milligrams of omega-3. This is really a big deal because just by eating more plants, you're getting a lot of these things, because tryptophan comes in a lot of plant food as well. It's higher in the plant food than it is in the animal food. So with all that said, I wanted to just really drop it in there, how important it is to eat more plants, but also, and this will be another video that I'll do at another time, but I wanted to do it here too, is really reduce your sugar intake. Because do you know how many clients that I've worked with, sugar has caused them to spiral, sugar and caffeine have caused them to spiral completely. They're on a happy trail, they're doing good, things are good, they're healing, and then all of a sudden, wham, they just get hit with depression or anxiety. And then I start questioning them, okay, so what happened? What did you eat? What did you do? And many, many, many times they eat ice cream, pop, and they have coffee or like caffeine in the pop. And lots of times I've seen that. So I'm going to leave this as a short one, but I want you to come into the community and let me know what kinds of plants are you going to add to your diet, like tofu, sesame seeds. And if you wanted to know, there's a really cool way to make a spread, flax nut spread. It's called the flax nut sprinkle. So it's 1/4 cup of walnuts ground up, 1/4 cup flax meal, so ground up flax seeds, and 1 tablespoon date sugar, and 1/8 of a teaspoon salt. Mix it all together, and you can sprinkle that over toast. You can put it over cereal, like all kinds of things. Another way to eat these kinds of seeds, sesame seeds and flax seeds, is to put them in a smoothie. I do it all the time. I put some in there, and then I don't taste them. I don't have to worry about them. They're just in there. So these are just some of the ways that you can incorporate some of these plants and high tryptophan or high omega-3 foods into your diet easily. So drop in the community or the comments here even what you are going to do. What plants, what seeds, what nuts are you going to incorporate today to increase your tryptophan and increase your omega-3s? Okay, my friend, take care. Until tomorrow, God bless.